We got one award left, and I'm gonna need some help to hand it out. Just presented the winner this year, and just the circumstances. It was a great idea from Center Court about we try to make this presentation special, and I'm gonna turn it over right now to two alums from Williamsville South, two all Western New York alums as well, Phil Stasiak and Joe Licata.
1992 was a great year. It was the year I was born, and it was the year that the U.S. Olympic team was formed, better known as the Dream Team. There was 12 players on that team, 11 of the 12 being Basketball Hall of Famers, and the 12th being a two-time Buffalo News Player of the Year. And if you guys watch the documentary on the Dream Team, they talk about the greatest game that was never seen. And it was captained by Michael Jordan on one team and Magic Johnson on the other team. And they went back and forth. And anybody who was in the gym will tell you that that's the greatest game that nobody saw. Now, I wouldn't tell you this story if Michael Jordan's team didn't win. So MJ's team won. Magic and Bird are in the training room after, and in walks Michael Jordan. Michael looks at him and says, "There's a new sheriff in town," and walks out of the room. And Magic and Larry kind of look at each other. Yeah, he's right. Now let's fast forward, 2009. 2010. It's our junior year. Phil Stasiak's on his way to becoming the all-time leading scorer of Williamsville South history. I'm on my way to breaking the New York State record for threes. And Mark Capola has cemented himself as the greatest player in Williamsville South history, and he's the premier point guard in Western New York. In walks this little 9-year-old kid. He's got a mop of blonde hair on his head. He looks like Justin Bieber. He's bouncing this ball. He's shooting off in the side corner. We're getting ready to play McKinley. I'll never forget it. He's shooting in the corner. He's not missing a shot. He's got the ball on a string. He's dribbling under his legs, behind his back. He's doing incredible things. We walk over to this kid, and we play 2-on-2 with him. And it's me and Mark versus Phil and Greg Dolan. After that game, I looked at Phil, I looked at Mark, and said, "There's a new sheriff in town." And that was Greg Dolan. Fast forward again, 2014, 2015, I'm in college. I'm begging my roommates, "Hey guys, come watch Williamsville South play with me. You gotta watch this kid play." They're like, "Will you give it up? You're done playing, give it up." It wasn't about the glory days. It was about watching a young man grow into a fine young man, great player. It was an honor to watch him play. I saw him play 25 to 30 times, saw him lose less than a handful of times. Two things stood out. When he lost, the way he walked off the court with his head held high, the way he represented his family and his school was impressive. And the second thing was how great of a leader he was. He always brought his teammates along and raised the level of play from those guys. Those were two very impressive things. Now, before I turn it over to Greg, I want everybody in the room to know he's the greatest player to ever play at Williamsville South. He is the best player in Western New York right now, but he's an even better person.
With that being said, it's an honor to give the Player of the Year to Greg Dolan from Williamsville South.
Thank you so much, everybody, for that. That wasn't needed at all. I'd like to say thanks, glory to God for everything. I wouldn't be here without him. My family, my mom and dad, for sacrificing hours in the gym, getting the janitors to let me in late nights, AAU tournaments, all the travel. I'd say especially my brother, he's not here right now, but for every time I was growing up with him, he was really accepting of me, and I was always playing with him 2 or 3 years older. And I think that's why I'm so successful today. I wouldn't be here without him. And lastly, Williamsville South, the whole community, what they've done for me, and guys like Joe and Phil, who I've looked up to, Coach Gabe for being the best coach I've ever had, and lastly, the Buffalo News Center Court. We really take for granted what we have here with everybody and what they give us and the players, and we're really spoiled, and it doesn't go unnoticed. So thank you so much for everything.
Great job, Greg. Great job, Joe and Phil. I really appreciate you guys helping out. This night is made for, we try to have moments like that. So really proud of you guys for helping out. A couple housekeeping notes.